But first, in news that will come as a shock to everyone, no pun intended, the Federal Treasurer has claimed that the Albanese government has reduced power prices. You heard me right. He reckons they've reduced them. Prices have gone up under Labor's renewables-only policy, but thanks to $5 billion in energy rebates paid to consumers, the cost of electricity has actually gone down, even while it was going up.
Don't forget, in the last year to December, in the official inflation data, electricity prices went down by 25% because we're helping people with their energy bills. We're extending that for another 6 months because we recognise people are still under the pump.
Right, so the higher Labor's policies push power prices, the cheaper they get. It's truly amazing, James. And of course, energy rebates don't lower the cost of energy. Jim Chalmers is using our money to help us pay for their broken promise and then demanding credit as if he's some kind of economic genius. Charlatan, more like it, I would say. And he was the Prime Minister as well, spruiking it.
Another $150 is coming off your power bill. That's every household, no strings attached. Just real money straight off your bill. And it's on top of the $300 we've already taken off.
Real money straight off your bill. Yeah, it's our money being used to create fake power bill reductions. This is fraud, basically. And it's not just financial fraud, it's intellectual fraud. And I'm not sure which hurts the most, whether it hurts in the hip pocket or whether it hurts that we're being played as mugs. There's an old expression, and forgive me, it's a little bit crude, but someone once said, don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining. And yet that's exactly what the Albanese government is doing. The energy regulator keeps announcing price increases, and every time they do, the government throws a bit more of our own money at us and tell us, no, don't believe your lying eyes. Prices are actually coming down. For Jim Chalmers to claim they have brought prices down 25%, they've done nothing of the sort. Prices have gone up. All they've done is thrown our own money back at us and pretended that somehow they are making a difference. What they need to do is drop the ideology. If you drop the ideology, power prices will drop. But right now we're being held hostage by green ideology that's making everything more expensive and being told blatant lies.
I actually had to laugh this morning when I read this story. The Prime Minister called his early morning press conference. He was ready to go. He thought this was going to be the policy. And I just thought to myself, gee, they really think we're all stupid, don't we? Because this, to me, James, is nothing more than a sheer admission of failure.
Yes.
It's a sheer admission of, OK, well, no, we didn't lower your power bills by $275 as we had promised. But also, as you mentioned, the energy market operator, it was only 2 weeks ago, so that our power bills are going up by 9% thanks to this renewables-only experiment. So this is nothing more than a Band-Aid solution on top of the mess which Labor has already created for itself. Actually, the energy market operator said, James, that the decision to put up prices, to approve those energy prices, was, quote, because low solar and wind output has driven up high price events. So again, we are all being dogged by this zealotry fantasy which Labor keeps peddling. And then, well, here's $150 of your power bills, but at the same time, we're spending $1.8 billion of your own money to do it. Again, they really think we're so dumb.
And that's the really insulting part, that they think that we will buy this. It's just madness. As you said, it's an admission that their policies are failing. They went to the last election promising prices would come down, and all that's happened is prices have gone up, and they've just thrown more and more of our own money to try and convince us that they've kept their promise when we all know they haven't. And not just the federal government, the Queensland state government threw $1,000 at consumers to try to mitigate increasing prices.
Absolutely. And the other problem is I just wonder for how much longer can Labor and the rest of the zealots keep peddling out this renewables-only nonsense? Because basically what they're saying to all of us is, keep going with the status quo. It's not working. Well, it hasn't worked from the beginning. And my other worry, James, is that this is the Labor, Greens and Teal government. This is their only slogan that they've got, and God help us in the event of a minority.
But the really insulting part is that Anthony Albanese this morning warned that if you don't vote Labor, Liberals, Peter Dutton, he will oppose energy rebates and drive costs up. Therefore, only Labor stand for lower energy prices. I mean, the whole thing is such a con for Anthony Albanese to smile, and he's bouncing around in that video he's
memes.
Really nailing it on behalf of consumers. I tell you what, he honestly thinks we're stupid.
He really, really does.